Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Get your space ready for the year ahead at Macy's one-day sale. Going on now with deals of the day like 3-piece comforter sets, $24.99. Get creative in the kitchen with cookware sets, just $39.99. And prep for a future getaway with 65 to 75% off luggage closeouts from Samsonite, Travel Pro, Delsey, and more. Plus, get your .com orders fast with contact-free curbside pickup. Or you can pick them up inside the store. For details, visit Macy's.com. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
The Rocket Mortgage Super Bowl Squares Sweepstakes is back. It's the largest official game of Super Bowl Squares ever with millions of dollars in prizes. And best of all, it's free to enter. Every score change, someone wins $50,000. Just enter for free at RocketMortgageSquares.com and it could be you. Touchdowns, field goals, safeties, extra points. Every single score change will draw one lucky winner from the square to win $50,000. Plus, 2 grand prize winners will win $500,000 they could use toward their dream home. One way to enter, 2 ways to win. See rules and enter for free at RocketMortgageSquares.com. Then tune into the Super Bowl on February 7th to see if you bring home some dough. Rocket Mortgage, official mortgage sponsor of Super Bowl 55.
No purchase necessary. Legal residents of the 50 U.S. and D.C. of age of majority. Ends 2/4/2021, 11:59 p.m. Eastern. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030. The NFL entities as defined in the official rules have not offered or sponsored this promotion in any way.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what are you guys up to?
Oh, little weed, you know.
It's the Weedsman Podcast Nugget.
Zippity what?
Ready to drop the bass? Let's drop the bass.
Whoop-de-doo. What does it all mean?
All the random stuff that didn't fit in Friday's show you'll find here.
Oh, okay. Hey, man. You got a joint? Got a little bit of weed slice smell on your boy? What that mean? Please, just give me my weed, all right?
I fixed my beats. They're not shorting out anymore.
Like vegetable?
I thought it was just like corrosion. It was doing this thing where it's not that one side would cut out. It's that the left and right. Do I sound different to you? Or is it just I haven't used these headphones in a while?
You haven't used those headphones in a while.
I sound the same.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm really bassy. So it wasn't that one side was shorting out. It's that the left and right leads were somehow combining. But in a way that I'm not even sure how this happens, but I think it was maybe some of the insulation around the wires had worn away. So there was a short, like, internally. It wasn't at the jack. So instead of having, like, one side or the other cut out, it would flip the phase on one side. And so sometimes I was listening to it and I couldn't really tell what it was doing.
Stoners.
I'm listening to I picked a piece of music that was just really simple, right? I just wanted single instrument and vocals. Because the instruments could be panned left and right, and the vocals are going to be dead center. Traditionally. So I went for the opening track on Joanna Newsom's Milk-Eyed Mender. I'm listening to it, and I'm kind of like futzing around with the cable too, and I'm not really paying attention. I'm just listening for if one side cuts out or the other. Because I knew I had like some sort of short in it. And that's what it sounded like when I was using them here in studio. But then I realized that the harp part was just repeating, and there were no vocals.
Wait, what?
And it was really weird. Oh yeah. You can't be a fan of this woman. I mean, I am. I'm a huge, but I just, knowing your tastes, I don't think this is somebody that you would put up with. Very kind of grating voice, but it's an acquired taste. It's like a fine wine. And actually, this is still my favorite, although I have to admit, her early stuff where she does a lot of it solo with the harp is my favorite. Her later stuff, it's really strange. It sounds like Fleetwood Mac and Fleet Foxes. But
I don't know half of what you just said.
It sounds like Fleetwood Mac and a little bit of the bands that like to bite from Fleetwood Mac. They want to take a little bit of that laid-back 70s sound, like Iron and Wine. Yeah. But the songs, like, they're very weird. They just meander. Actually, we're going to talk about Joanna Newsom. You should just play a later period song by her, because it's kind of hard to describe. It's very...
This is way better than...
Oh, these guys are great. These guys are great because they can harmonize, and they get. It's almost sad that they're so into the big reverb sound that's current. This is a band that I want to see live. See if they can pull this off. I imagine they can, but you don't need those. When you can harmonize, you don't need a lot of reverb. You need next to no reverb, just a little bit of delay on the lead. A little bit of sparkle.
We were in the fucking hipster weeds, by the way.
Wait,
buddy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're deep in the hipster,
to the hipster weeds.
I don't know how we got here. I was going to tell you about my headphones for some reason. It was just
That's how you get into hipster weeds. Hey, dude, let me tell you about my headphones.
Let me tell you, yes, these are Beats, but let me tell you why these are the headphones that I choose, It's not just because of the brand, not just because of the B on the side. It's because they were free. It's because of the free, not the B. No, Joanna Newsom's songs sound very traditional, but they don't repeat. She'll do a
first chorus verse.
A 7-8 minute song where if you're just dropping a needle through a record, let me check out this new Joanna Newsom. There's a lot of songs on here. Wow, this is all sounding really nice. It's like every song is the end of Abbey Road. Not the end, but the suite of songs that...
Yeah.
And she has a full band on these as well, and that's probably her playing piano. And she still has that kind of fey, weird, nasally, witchy quality to her voice that I love, that I think a lot of people are turned off by.
I mean, I can understand this. I can appreciate this. But I mean, for my money, if we're gonna do this,
right? Well, okay, but just give it another minute or so. Because again, none of this shit repeats. It's almost insane. I don't listen to a lot of her later stuff because I do feel like it drives me a little bit mad. It sounds like pop music, but
it sounds like something from an Apple commercial.
It demands too much of my attention.
It sounds like it's using the commercial for the new iPhone.
Right.
Which, by the way,
it kind of comes back to a chorus.
By the way, this new commercial for an iPhone camera to me, it looks like a commercial for how terrible New York is.
Oh yeah,
because the commercial for the camera is
always looking down.
It's about depth of the camera, how you can
right. I'm trying to
blur out the background.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, for me, all it does, it looks like a commercial how terrible New York is.
I don't want to see these people or
it's showing all the shit
graffiti
that goes on in New York.
Yeah,
and how you can focus on the hot chick in front of you,
and
blur out all that other.
You can blur out all the bad shit.
But for my money, if we're doing this music, let's do this.
I can't believe this is a song that you picked because this is the best.
It's probably the best Tori
Amos song. And this is a song that gets stuck in my head. Sometimes when I'm practicing piano, I just want to play
the
this.
arrangement, the instrumentation, the end.
Yeah. And
you can tell she liked the Beatles. You can tell she liked a lot of bands with this one song.
Yeah. I haven't even heard this is a remastered version, huh? Last year. I was actually thinking about this song the other day and thinking that I was I haven't listened to this song in a while. I was just going to put it on, and I'm let me wait until I'm in the mood to listen to a Tori Amos album. And
There's
then I'll
a
get
Queen
to this.
influence in this song.
Oh yeah,
as well.
totally. This big fuzzy lead here.
Yes. She's channeled her inner Freddie. like channeled her inner a lot of people. There's so many influences in this one song.
And I was into this, what was I, like 18, 19, 20 years old or something, and loved this, especially this first album. This wasn't necessarily my favorite song on it at the time. And when I said that's the best song that she's ever done, this is a realization that I came to the other day because I had so much of it in my head. So much of it stuck with me more than even the songs that, like, Crucify Me, the ones that you'd actually hear on the radio here and there. I mean, I'm trying to think of what I experienced first, Tori Amos or Neil Gaiman. So I think one led to the other in some way.
I don't even want to look up how old she is, because it'll just make me feel real old.
She's older than I am, and that can't be nice. I mean, look.
I hope she's at least just pushing 50. She's not north of 50 yet. But that might be highly unlikely, seeing as how I'm about to be 40. It's at least probably early 50s.
Yeah, because by the time I heard this album, it had probably already been out a couple years. And this wasn't even her first attempt at a music career. She had an earlier record, I think, when she was still in her teens.
She's trying to be a pop singer. Trust me, I dated a huge Tori Amos fan. I know a lot about Tori Amos. A fucking lot about Tori Amos.
Yeah. I had, like, all the import singles.
I went and saw her when her and Alanis toured together. And totally left after Tori Amos, like most people. We're like, see ya! Y'all have fun being angry with your jagged little pill.
I've seen Tori Amos once, and I'm trying to think of what the venue was. What was the venue that you saw her at?
Pine Knob or DTE.
Yeah, no.
Whatever you call it.
I want to say it was like Royal Oak Music Theater.
I think I saw her inside once as well.
It was an inside venue, like State Theater, something like that. It was probably State Theater, but I remember being fairly close.
Oh, God, how old is Tori Amos?
Why are you obsessed with this? Is it like the scab of your own mortality that you can't help but pick?
Yeah, well, I haven't checked in on Tori Amos in a while.
Is it nice glasses?
Oh, my God. She is 55 years old.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Well, damn it, what?
Father Time. Damn you.
There's a performance of her last year.
She wears glasses now?
I'm liking the glasses. She's got like a Susan Sarandon kind of look going on. Like you see her in Ray Donovan.
Is this Alanis Morissette song?
I don't recognize this.
She's got big hipster glasses.
Yeah. She sounds great.
Yeah, that's Tori Amos.
I mean, honestly, I didn't like Under the Pink as much as Little Earthquakes, but I liked it.
Oh.
And then from there, I just kind of lost.
You'd be booed by a lot of the Tori Amos fans I know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Under
kind
the Pink is it's their Pinkerton.
Right. Oh yeah.
To hardcore Tori Amos fans.
Absolutely. I was always a big Blue Album fan, and really caught on to Pinkerton later on. But still, if I'm gonna pick, like, you can only ever listen to one Weezer album for the rest of your life.
It's the Blue Album.
Blue Album.
Yes.
I'm not ever gonna hear My Name Is Jonas. Like, what? This is nonsense.
Wrong.
It has to be the Blue Album, no matter what else they do. And that's my fault, right? I'm not willing to let the artist grow. Fine. I don't need to listen to everything that every artist does either.
George was pretty sweet.
There's some artists that I like following their career. And
some that you like in suspended animation?
Yeah. and some that manage to strike gold here and there, and
Listen,
I appreciate, and then we part
to
ways
me,
on the rest.
you do not exist past 1998. That's the bottom line.
Right.
Trust me, for me, Tori Amos stopped in 2002.
Like Sonic,
sure she's went on.
Shop new looks for the new year at Macy's one-day sale. Going on now with deals of the day like sweaters from Clubroom, Alfani, Ink, and more. $19.99 to $29.99. And get 40 to 60% off coats and boots. Then add the finishing touch to any look with fine jewelry clearance 70% off. Plus, get your .com orders fast with contact-free curbside pickup. Or you can pick them up inside the store. For details, visit Macy's.com. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply. Get your space ready for the year ahead at Macy's one-day sale. Going on now with deals of the day like 3-piece comforter sets, $24.99. Get creative in the kitchen with cookware sets, just $39.99. And prep for a future getaway with 65 to 75% off luggage closeouts from Samsonite, Travel Pro, Delsey, and more. Plus, get your .com orders fast with contact-free curbside pickup. Or you can pick them up inside the store. For details, visit Macy's.com. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
The Weedsman Podcast. ChristopherMedia.net. ChristopherMedia.net. The Weedsman Podcast.
Sonic Youth is a band where I can hear their new material and think, wow, this is like the best shit they've ever done. Like, they continue to grow as artists. That doesn't mean that that's always what I want to listen to. Sometimes I just want to hear goo. Yeah. Fear, baby. Fear of a female planet. I said we weren't going to do a long nugget. Right? Talking about music. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, Weezer, Joanna Newsom, Tori Amos are all perfect examples of... I've listened to pretty much all of their catalog, enjoyed it here and there. But those first experiences, those first albums, and maybe it is my experience. Maybe that's part of it, but it damn well feels and sounds like they were never able to recapture a certain magic that happened. You know, and sure, who's going to admit that, right?
Should have stuck with that producer.
And this is no judgment to be made, like... You made that thing. You made that thing that stuck with me for decades. Like, that is awe-inspiring that you made these timeless pieces of art. And then not everybody's going to be successful in everything they do, and it's not going to strike with everyone.
Yeah, because there's some bands that are still around from when I was, from when I was younger that are still making new material. Before now, see, I'm like, yep, I have no interest in it.
But also there's this aspect of my criticism, like, which means nothing, absolutely, unless I'm just refusing to buy their records. I don't know how to phrase this. Let me back up. Let's define what it means to be a successful musician, because I wish that Overton window has always been slid all the way up to this high scale of you have to have, a successful musician means that you are wealthy, you are known, you have hit records. Like, my definition of successful musician is anybody that plays music, gets paid, doesn't worry about where their next meal is coming from.
Yes, your job is music.
And, Weezer has continued to make a whole career out of this, and that is amazing. And they're doing way better than not worrying about their next meal.
And they just made a whole bunch of joke covers.
And sure,
a whole album of joke covers.
And they're being more creative than... somebody who's playing in a few cover bands, but you get the right hustle on the cover bands, and you've got a really good living. There's no judgment on that shit either,
A friend of a friend who used to gig around with us back in the day. That's what he does now. He's in this cover band. Like, they play in Vegas.
Yeah,
I think
there you go.
Once or twice. I think they play in Vegas once or twice a month. They play around here. It's an 80s tribute band.
These tribute bands and cover bands are sharing billings with some of the artists that they're covering.
Yes.
And tributing. Is that the verb form of tribute? Wouldn't maybe Jack Black will know? But yeah, so Weezer is successful no matter what. They're successful because they made something that I think they made some music that I think has a timeless quality to it, and they've continued to make music and make a living off of it. And man, I'm jealous. I would love to do that. I would love to be in a band that hipsters would talk shit about and say they lost their edge. They're never going to be as good as they were back in the day. And I would just be like, as long as people are buying tickets, T-shirts, downloading music.
Meanwhile, they figured out how to sell records to 20-year-olds again.
Right.
They're all pushing 50, and 20-somethings are buying their shit.
Well, there is all this talk about you look at, we'll get into Grammys, but the music that is awarded, my kids aren't into that shit. My daughter likes old shit, and she likes shit that's in anime, right?
Yes.
She likes some classic rock. She likes some older, like, kind of emo stuff. And she likes crazy... She loves this song, actually. I don't even know if she's heard this version of it. But she loves...
Dude, I'm telling you, I made this call with Mandy. I was like, get ready to hear this song a lot.
This is going to be the breakout jam. Well, like, at a wedding? That's where I'm picturing hearing this song a lot. If I get invited to a wedding or something. Like, they play this version over the... That's kind of what this is, right? This is a hipster wedding album.
Yes. I like it because it's fun.
Sure, it's
fun. And
fun.
The nerd in me, I think it's well produced as far as they tried to, like in Billie Jean, like they put in all the little vocal fills that Michael Jackson did.
I hear you. My daughter and I were watching something on TV and that song came on, and it was a cover version of it. It was not this.
I know exactly who it is. I know exactly what you were watching. You were watching basketball.
No, we were not. I'm pretty liberal with my kids. But
see,
I heard your mom slept with Squeak.
This is the only other cover I'm aware of.
Oh man, I had forgotten about this one. See, I'm probably not going to listen to your cover of Take On Me anyway, but if you're going to do it, do a fucking metal ska version like this. Don't try and like reproduce it. That's still my beef with the Weezer thing. Don't try and recreate the experience. Like, put something in it. Put your stake on it.
This is such a 1997 cover. This sounds like 1997.
But, Weezer's also been this band that, I have followed their career, and it seems like they're searching for something or they're afraid to do something because, remember the Green album?
Yeah.
Before the Green album came out, that was right around the time when people were downloading shit through like Napster, right?
Yes.
My friend got a copy of what was supposed to be the album that came out that eventually was the Green album. It was like 20 songs, all demo quality that somehow got leaked. And it was great. It was like fun, like Beach Boys, like harmonies, real simple, this is demos, so it's just a 4-piece arrangement. No, not a lot of overdubs and shit. And the songs are great. And when the Green album came out, I was like, the fuck is this shit? And you know what? This was around the same time that Sloan started doing the AC/DC thing. And like 70s rock was coming back ironically.
Oh, you didn't like Motor City Maniacs?
I do like Motor City Maniacs. It's a good album. But that only works once. That trick only works once. Actually, now that I'm placing the timeline, those are pretty far apart, weren't they? So I remember buying this album.
Was 98.
I bought this.
That Wheat Green album was post 2000.
I bought 2 copies of this album. One for me and one for my girlfriend. I remember that now.
This is the super hipster episode of the Weedsman, everybody. Welcome.
But you know what? I've seen both bands live. Well, let's see. Sloan a few times. Weezer, I think, twice. But Sloan can back this shit up on stage.
Fuck yeah, they can.
They rock this shit.
They'll switch around too.
Oh, it's a treat. And if you're a fan of this period, especially of Sloan, get the live album they did soon after this, because that is great.
I saw them at I don't even know what it is now. It used to be called Clutch Cargos.
I saw them. Yeah, I saw them there.
Church in Pontiac, whatever the fuck that is now.
I also saw them at St. Andrews on the same night that Aphex Twin was playing at the church, or whatever it was called at the time, Clutch Cargos, and got into a car accident on the way from one show to the other. Still made it in time. I saw Sloan and Aphex Twin on the same night, got in a car accident, made a techno mix for Sloan because I heard in an interview that they said that they like it when fans give them stuff to listen to because they're on the road all the time. And we couldn't wait. We had to get to the other show, and so I just gave it to a random girl at the show and was like, please give this to them, because they were waiting in line to get, autographs. That's the thing, like, Sloan is a band that we probably have most of our listeners are like, who the fuck is this? Or, yeah, I think I heard of those guys in the 90s or something.
Our Canadian contingent knows.
But they were big. I mean, these bands, Sloan doesn't get radio play, like, next to anywhere. Like, I'm surprised Snowsuit Sound ever managed to get on 89X, even for like a year. And then they forgot the band existed. But meanwhile, they are selling out shows. They're selling, I'm sure, fine quantities of albums. T-shirts, all the shit. People lining up, waiting to like talk to them, have crushes over them. Who's your favorite? Treating them like they're the new fucking Beatles. And, okay, so it's not tens of millions. It's just, I don't know, a couple million? What does it take to make a living? Like, that's a lot.
Ready?
And I think
song's the jam.
Because Sloan is too clever for their own good when it comes to the lyrics, they get grouped into grouped in with bands like Cake. And Cake's a good band too, but
not even the same. They both have guitars in them,
right? But
they both have a drummer.
Their lyrics are too clever, and sometimes they seem like they're meant to be funny, and they're like, people are like, oh, that's like a novelty act.
Don't even know. I love Cake.
I know you do, and I like
great.
Cake. I like Cake too.
But yeah, they're not even the same.
I'm saying they both suffer from the same affliction.
Yeah.
I guess the way it came out was like, oh,
you're one of those funny bands.
Like, I don't think that at Cake either. I'm just saying.
ChristopherMedia.net.
If you're looking for COVID-19 testing, look into Quest, the lab that's processed over 25 million tests and counting. You can get the same test hospitals use without a doctor visit. Simply order online, select from drive-through or at-home options, and get results sent securely to your phone or computer. It's experience and accuracy you can trust from Quest, the largest medical testing lab in the country. So order today at questcovid19.com. That's questcovid19.com.
What can help you take advantage of today's low mortgage rates and save money? Rocket can. You could save hundreds of dollars every month by refinancing with Rocket Mortgage at today's near historic low rates. If your current rate is over 4%, you could lower your payment by over $150 a month, saving thousands in interest every year. Call us today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Savings are based on Quicken Loans, internal data. Points and fees may apply. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Number 3030.
If you like this show, please tell a friend. Please make sure to rate and comment on all your favorite Christopher Media shows. Please follow us on Twitter and like and share us on Facebook. You can subscribe to all ChristopherMedia.net shows for free on ChristopherMedia.net. Thank you for listening, and thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.